Yes, we are back. Episode 75, the Best of Rivals podcast. I'm Jordon J. Will. I got Bevan in the building. Good to see you, my boy. How you feeling, brother?
Doing well, man. Yeah, it's been, we all know, after the international break, it's like football's finally back again.
Yeah.
To be fair, I did watch the Italy-England game.
Okay.
To be fair, typically I don't really care what happens, but it's Italy.
Hey, this is your Super Bowl. Anytime international break comes up, the English pundits, the English team, everyone's, here we go. Let's get our squad together. It's Maguire, Calvin Phillips.
It's so much more about drama than it is about the actual football on the pitch. You know what I mean? And the English media just goes crazy.
Who's your favorite English player right now? You get the pick.
I mean, English player, I'm basing that off how they play for England. That's obviously Jude Bellingham, but obviously it's Phil Foden. Obvious. I mean, bro, he's...
Are we going to see that combo eventually in the future?
In the Prem?
Yeah.
Or in
the Prem?
In a club team?
I think it will be most likely in the Prem. I don't see Foden going to Spain.
Oh, I do.
Really?
Oh, I see Haaland going to Spain. I see a lot of people going to Spain.
Really? Okay. I see Jude coming to England one day.
I don't. I'll tell you why. At least at the moment, unless things change drastically, bro, it's free over there. It's free over there for people who are athletes, have decent technical ability. It's free. And I'm not discrediting him or his talent. He's obviously doing it everywhere.
Yeah.
But I could see a guy like Phil Foden on Real Madrid. I mean, it would be almost effortless for him, you know?
I mean, his play style does like fit that quick pace, you know.
And it's
a lot of flair.
It's like quick pace, but it's quick pace without a lot of pressure. That's the difference between
the
Prem and
not
the
that
Liga.
physical. Yeah.
I mean, you have so much time on the ball. You know, in England, it's you turn around, guy already on you.
Yeah.
In Spain, it's you turn around, and you're like, oh my God, I've got 5 yards. You know, it's interesting. I think there'll be a lot of. I mean, I've already heard rumblings recently about Haaland potentially going, either not next summer, but the summer after, and I wouldn't be surprised. Why? I mean, think about this. Jude says, okay, I'm going to leave Dortmund, right? Haaland's like, oh, don't come to Man City. Don't come to... I'm going to Real Madrid in 2-3 years, bro. I'll see you over there. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm the conspiracy theorist now.
No.
I don't know.
I had a back and forth with somebody on it was on social media, and it was about Victor leaving Napoli, right?
Yeah.
And this guy's like, no, like it's nonsense, just making up a story. And I was like, listen, La Liga and the Prem eventually always get their man.
Typically, yeah.
They always do. So Madrid's always getting that guy. United's probably going to get that guy. City, we're seeing now, you know, right?
Yeah.
So I do think it's very likely that Haaland's going to accomplish everything that he needs to do.
The guy won a treble already. He's chilling.
Treble.
He's done everything he needs to do.
You know? So he's going to do that in the Prem. Like what he's doing right now, just like adding on to his like legacy, right?
I agree.
So he's going to jump and go to probably Real Madrid or Barcelona, make that big splash.
To be honest, I think Barcelona might be a better fit if Mbappe. Well, here's the thing, though. If Mbappe, which we're pretty sure he's going to go Real Madrid next summer on a free, which is even crazier. Mbappe, Jude, Haaland, and then whoever would be on the right. I don't think Vinny's going to stay. So I don't.
He's gone. I think in the next, I will say 2 to 3 years.
I think he's gone this summer.
Just the tension between him and the fans, and the constant bringing up, you know, what they're doing to him, seeing the crazy insults. Like, yeah, he's getting fed up.
I think he is. I think
he's getting fed up.
He's probably. I mean, listen. I guess it's justifiable as well.
Facts.
I wouldn't say it's not.
I wouldn't want to come to your workplace and you got someone heckling you the whole time. I get it. It comes with sports, but
that's not really sports.
That's not really sports, though.
Racism is.
You got to cut that crap out, man. And someone needs to. We gotta do something. Something needs to be done because this is just getting. At this point, I'm fed up too. I'm tired of seeing it. Shenanigans.
Well, I think everybody is, except for the people in the stadium, and that's the issue,
care.
Right? Because here's the thing: for that 90 minutes, they care about their team winning more than anything else in the world.
Yep.
You know, bro. skip the racism for a second. All of the terrible things that fans say to players, they say it constantly. You know, they give the gestures and they swear at them, and sometimes they even throw things at them. Like, bro, these fans are entitled when they go to these games. It's crazy.
It's crazy, and it's not only in England and Spain and Italy, right? This is in America too, because we're seeing it, especially more so in the last couple years. Athletes are getting into interactions with fans a lot more. So things are being said. They're crossing boundaries and lines that, you know, I get it. I'm passionate too. I'm very passionate about my teams and my players. But you can't lose sense of like
your basic
being a good human.
Your basic moral. Yeah, like
I don't care. Like, it does not get that deep, and we just gotta cut it out.
But again, like that's almost as gonna have as less of an impact as like no room for racism. It's like taking your knee is lame. You know what I mean? Like the guy who did the thing and did the monkey gesture, bro. No one can police that unless you have the same amount of staff on hand as fans in the stadium. You can't police that. The only way that you can police that is after the fact.
Yeah.
So what you really have to be doing is doing your absolute best to prevent the possibility of that happening. And I think the only way, man, and I said it on Twitter, I said it on Instagram, and I'm not really advocating for violence in like senselessly.
Right.
But bro, what else can be done unless I'm sitting next to a guy who's going like this, talking to a player, regardless if that player is on my team or the other team? If I knock him out,
check him,
and then he gets taken out the stadium, that's how you deal with it.
Check him.
Because like, who cares? Okay, he gets a lifetime ban. Cool. Somebody else is going to then do it.
It needs to be repercussions, basically.
At that, in the moment.
Like, things need to be like shown and seen that, like, hey, when I do this,
this is my
automatic.
This is my automatic consequence for doing this behavior.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree. And
I want to be very clear. I wish you wouldn't have to come to that.
Right.
And the reality is, it's just 1, 2, 3 people in a stadium of 60,000 who are ruining it for everybody. But at the same time, that's exactly why fans who were in close proximity should be stepping in one way or the other.
Yes, and I think it says a lot, you know, that these leagues have put us in this position to feel like we have to do things like this.
Because, again,
they're not doing anything about it, really.
It's the no room for racism. Like, what does that mean? Who cares?
Say no to racism.
It's like...
Kneel.
The whole thing is about awareness, right? We can only be so aware, right? Like, once we're aware, we can't be double aware. We're aware. We're aware that there's racism in football. We're aware that when Saka and Rashford and Sancho miss a penalty, there's, you know, comments on Instagram. We're aware that when Raheem Sterling, as a Manchester City player, goes into a Chelsea stadium, stuff is said to him. Yeah. And then a few years later, he's now playing for the team. So, like, we all know that it's all about in-the-moment emotion.
Yeah.
However, that emotion should be checked if it steps out of bounds. And again, the only way to do that is to have somebody in close proximity to that person do something to them. And that's just the reality. Because, you know, again, we can talk about, you know, oh, well, the police got him, or it's a lifetime ban. That doesn't resonate with anybody else who's going to do it in the future. It doesn't. If you were walking down the street and you punched somebody in the face randomly and you got maybe 2 weeks in jail, that's not going to prevent the next person from doing it. But if you got 2 years or 20 years, it might. Yeah. So all you have to do is put something in place, some sort of mechanisms in place to, again, prevent the action from taking place. So
100%.
It's just an annoying one. But, you know, to say all that, Vinny, I think he's probably going to leave.
Yeah. It's some very unfortunate shenanigans that's going on and taking place, and I think we saw some other very unfortunate things transpire with the qualifications with the World Cup, Euros. This one was for the World Cup. Brazil, I think they were playing Uruguay, and it was Neymar tearing his ACL.
Was that for? I thought that was for. Oh yeah, that was.
It was over.
That was for Brazil, right?
Yeah, for Brazil qualifiers. Yeah.
I thought he was playing for.
No, not for
club.
No.
You're right. Of course.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's their all-time leading scorer. You know, passing Pele. I think last couple fixtures ago with Brazil.
It's crazy because I think of Neymar and I'm like, he's got to still be quite kind of young, right? He's always been young, you know, but he's like 33 or something, bro.
He's getting up there in age. He basically, you know,
after the Barcelona move to PSG, it's
right.
like,
Well, see, that was the first kind of initial step away from, I guess in my sense, that level of like,
oh, he's only 31,
like dominance, you know?
Yeah.
He basically said, okay, I'm going from Barcelona to the money. All right, cool. I got you, right? And then he set it in stone because it's been a recent trend, especially like this past year. We saw it. You know, everyone's going to Saudi Arabia, right?
Yeah.
He did that.
Yeah.
And we know, like, when the players are doing that, you know, Ronaldo, Benzema, these are players who feel like they've accomplished everything.
They've reached the peak of their career.
Exactly. Sign that contract. So to see him go out, you know, ACL with Brazil, that hurts me because I feel like right now that is the only thing he can do that can somewhat add to his legacy.
Yes, agreed. Because here's the thing. We all know, and this is just historical at this point, that PSG kills careers. It just does. You go to PSG, your career is either going to take a halt or it's done in terms of people respecting what you're doing because it's just that bad of a league. Going to Saudi, I actually don't think is that big of a deal because the money's ridiculous and the league isn't ridiculously worse than the French league. The French league's it's just terrible.
Yeah.
We all know that the Saudi league is pretty bad, but it's like I understand the opportunity. But yeah, you're right. The second Neymar makes that move to PSG and then again later makes the move to Saudi, it's like, okay, he has effectively said, hey, I don't care about winning the biggest competitions.
Yep.
I don't care about testing my abilities against the best players in the world.
Yep.
What I'm going to do is just build a ridiculous legacy for Brazil, which is what he's done so far. Maybe not from a winning standpoint.
Exactly. But I think he's influenced that generation in a way that's been amazing. Every player that's come out, you know, aside of Brazil, post Neymar, they're like a replica of him, basically.
Yeah, at least they try to be.
They try to be, you know. Anthony, the biggest one, fraud. You're not Neymar, bro. Cut it out.
Yeah.
So I give him. I do think he's done a great job with just embracing that you know, that international lifestyle. A lot of players don't give their all for country and club. I mean, you know, things like that. So I do take some a lot of like respect for him when he wakes up for his club and everything like that. I like it at least.
But then the question now becomes, you know, it's 2023. The Euros.
Yeah.
For us is obviously in 2024. What's it? Is it Copa America? Was what it's called? Mm-hmm. That's obviously for him in 2024.
Yep.
Chances are he's not going to be a part of that.
No. I think they might maybe one more go round. You know, for him is like the farewell
in the World Cup. He's definitely going to be at the next World Cup in 2026.
Exactly. And I think that's it. I think he'll be done.
I think he goes to America very soon as well.
Oh yeah. That's just the, you know.
Because that's when you build brand, right?
That's brand.
Saudi right now is money.
Yes.
USA is brand.
Yes. That's when you come in, you're marketing, you're doing, you know, something else.
Yeah.
And he's going to want to do that. Speaking of qualifying, you brought him up a little earlier too, Holland.
Yeah.
Norway, bro. I think they lost to Spain. And
Spain? No, I think it was.
Who was it? Was it Italy?
No, Spain might have been a friendly, but the game that they actually wanted to win was against. I don't know. All I do know is that two teams make it automatically from the group, and they're third. So it might have been Spain. You might be right.
But yeah, they're not out officially yet from the Euros, but it's really hard.
They need to get. They're like it's like a wild card thing, right?
Exactly.
Qualify it more, you know.
And I mean, he's missed the World Cup. You know, I think the last Euro before that.
Oh yeah.
No major tournament for him. What are the chances that he switches his, you know, allegiance?
Well, I don't know all the policies around like how far deep you have to be in your team to then switch. But if he can switch,
he's English, right?
If he can switch, England's obviously the place that he would go, especially after Harry Kane sort of retires. So yeah, I don't know. I mean,
because this is a conversation. Like when we're judging careers, you know, the whole Messi and Ronaldo debate. Those Pessi fans seem to believe that since he's won a World Cup that is just the icing on the cake, and that gives him everything, right?
Which I can't disagree with, and the reason I can't is because, like, if you're let's just say it's 1A and 1B. Hold on, let's just say it's 1A and 1B, and then you win a World Cup. That's got to separate you.
That World Cup, that is the
Jay,
equivalent. Wait, listen, that is the equivalent to the Mickey Mouse ring that the Lakers won in that bubble.
Shut up.
That is the same thing. We all know it. We're gonna have a documentary 20 years from now explaining how some crazy corruption, things were done behind closed. I'm
not denying that there.
I
may
don't
have
value
been
that. I mean, but I get what you're saying though.
On paper,
exactly on paper, that is how you separate. That is like the deciding factor, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, this is my argument with Holland. He needs to do something. Like, we're not seeing him perform on that stage against the best players in the world. Mbappe has that's what's saving his career. I don't care what he's doing.
Oh my God, listen. Hold on, Jay. That's facts.
No, listen. I don't care.
Facts.
I don't care what he's doing at PSG, right? But what he did with France, and then what he did against Messi.
Why do you think people call him the best player in the world? It's not because he scored 30 goals in France.
Yes,
it's because he scored 30 goals for France. You know, dude, that's so facts. I never thought about it like that. Damn.
So I just think your boy gotta go. He gotta dip, bro, and go to your country, man.
Listen, if we got Holland.
I saw the photos, him in that Man City jersey as a kid.
Oh, yeah. No, listen, he was born in Leeds.
Yeah.
You know, he 100% has citizenship, so he can. I think, again, if the policies do make sense, I think he can.
Yeah. I mean,
it might be a weak move, though. You know,
that would be the Kevin Durant move. You know, everyone wanted to get on him for it. But honestly, I would look, man. Do you? I think he's building a nice foundation and relationships with the English players right now, especially at Man City.
Yeah,
you're seeing it.
Foden, Grealish.
Yeah, Foden, exactly.
Yeah,
do it. You gotta do what's best for you. So
the problem is you don't want to do it when Southgate's there because he won't use you correctly, or he won't even play you over.
And that's why he's gonna wait. He's gonna play the long game. He's not gonna do it right now. I would never come over with Southgate.
Oh my God, no, no chance. But yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see for sure. Finishing
up with that, obviously, it's always kind of crazy seeing the Euros and World Cup qualifications play out. But there's also some drama with gambling.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Ivan Toney's one thing, but now we got another one.
A couple of them, actually. There's been a few cases in Italy, right?
Yeah.
From last year.
Okay. I mean, I think this is something that's ramped up a little bit more the last few years with all these gambling sites.
The online betting, the accessibility is so much more, right. and the trackability for authorities is a lot easier as well.
Yeah. So, but with Sandro Tonali and I don't know the other guy.
Well, let's just talk about Tonali because he's the guy in the Prem, right? He's the big name.
I guess this is what everyone's saying.
Did he
now.
Do it? Did he do it? Is that your question? Yes, he did it.
But no, he's a newly bought Newcastle player, right?
Yeah, 60 mil.
60 mil.
Which is out of the blue, by the way. So,
and there we go. That's the question now.
Because during that summer,
yes,
the whole narrative was AC Milan had to make more, to raise money, and Tonali was one of the. If you think about Leao, Tonali, those are probably the two players who are going to get you the most.
Yeah.
Tomori maybe being third. So it kind of made sense. That narrative kind of makes sense. Now we're seeing that maybe.
And I think that's where you start. It was a very why would you give up this talent?
Why'd you give up the next Pirlo?
Yes. Why would you do it? Did they know something?
Of course.
Exactly. Of course. So, he's going through some I don't know the exact details, but it was gambling on or betting on his, I guess, football, right?
I don't think it's just random betting. I think he's actually, from what I heard initially, he wasn't betting on his own games.
Right.
And then the next thing I've heard that he was betting on his own games. And that's the issue. Right. Betting on your own games is a massive.
It's a no-no.
Imagine, it's funny. So we just talked about the racism thing in the beginning. And I know a lot of people say, Ivan Toney gets 8 months ban for betting, but someone who says something racist gets a 10-game ban or something like that. And listen, I'm down for, getting racism out of football or all sports or hell, all of society. I'm down. But when we're talking about football specifically, bro, let's not make any mistake about this. Betting on your game or having any sort of loss of integrity in the game, bro, that's got to be one of the worst things, bro. Think about this. You say, hey third cousin, put 10 grand on me getting a yellow card next game, and then you go out and intentionally get a yellow card, bro. That is disgusting. Because then we have to question, what are we looking at this point? What are we actually watching? What are we subscribing to when we're as football fans?
Personal agendas.
Exactly. If all these players are doing these weird things, why would Kovacic in the game against Arsenal, he gets a blatant yellow, which was a borderline red, and then he goes for another crazy challenge only a few minutes later.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking about it. Wait, was Kovacic trying to get sent off in that game? And here's the thing. I don't think he was, but if you don't address these issues, that's what people are going to start thinking about the game. Like, we've already heard we were going to get Lucas Paqueta from West Ham. The reason we dropped out of that was because of betting allegations. It's weird.
And that's my whole problem with this. This obviously is like a major issue, right?
Yeah.
But the way it's been brought up and addressed in the media has just been quiet.
No, I don't think so. No. In what media? English media? Because it didn't come from English.
I mean, so you know the guy I always go to, Fab. That's my guy, right?
Okay.
And from what I'm seeing from Fab, they're pampering him. They're releasing a lot of statements saying that Sandro's very sorry. You know, these are key words. He's very sorry. He's apologetic. He needs counseling, therapy.
But they didn't have the same energy for Tony.
It was crucify him, and that's what I'm saying. This is disgusting.
Not yet, and I'll tell you why.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
There was a very long period of time where we were discussing Ivan Toney's potential ban. There was months where we were discussing, he has charges against him. Let's see how it plays out. And once it played out that way, then it became, what he did was a disgrace. Yeah. Ban him for 8 months. Yeah. With Tonali at this moment, we're not at the place where there's actually been a legal sort of statement being made. Yeah. At this point, it's there are allegations. We think this. The agent's saying, well, he's had issues with betting in the past. There's all these things right now. It's the same thing when Tony had the allegations. None of us went crazy on Tony.
Bro. I know. I agree with you. I see what you're saying. Let's wait. Let's let this play out first.
Yeah.
Because you know me. I don't condemn right off. There needs to be some type of facts, right?
Unless you're Mason Greenwood.
But hey, shouts to my boy. He's going crazy. God. But with this, it's funny because allegations, right? But his agent coming out saying that he has betting problems.
He has betting problems.
Right. I'm like, okay, cool. So I know this is kind of true, right? And then
depends what's true though, right?
Exactly. Depends on what's true, context. Yeah. But I want to say while this was happening, when it first started, this is when these people just don't care, because I guess Sancho's one of them who's doing it right now too. But I think Tonali's at a casino. He's in full clothing, bro.
No.
At the blackjack table. I promise you, bro.
That's the same thing as when Sancho was at the club. It's the same thing. It's not. Listen, you going to the casino is not a problem. You going to the casino with allegations against you for betting is a problem.
It's not funny.
It's hilarious. Funny, no, come on. Listen.
Come on, yeah.
Listen,
come on, bro.
There's this. I was listening to Simon Jordon talk about this actually. I know there's a lot of things around, oh my God, betting addicts, there's a lot of things. Listen, bro, these players get caught, then they become betting addicts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's keep it real. You bet, not because you're an addict, but because you wanted to make money off of the game in ways that are not, I guess, we would lose, they would lose integrity into the game, the actions that you're making.
Yeah.
When Trippier at Atletico got caught for betting, I think it was 20 different things. He took it on the chin. No, I'm an addict. I need therapy. No, I'm a scumbag. I made some stupid mistakes.
That's true.
He's changed.
That's true.
I don't think we should be, just labeling these guys as addicts just because they did something wrong.
Facts.
That's like
it's the easy way out, and that's what I'm saying.
It's the PR way out.
They're exactly trying to coddle them, bro.
You know what? I'm down to not go to the casino all you want. You're not an addict. You're not an addict. You clearly want to go, bro. You clearly want to go. You clearly want to go. Listen, man. Do your thing outside of football.
Yes.
Like I'm tired.
It's
of
that
this.
simple.
Everybody's an addict. Everybody's a victim because that's what this really means, right? The second you put addict on at the end of something, I'm a betting addict. I'm an alcoholic. I'm an alcohol addict. Whatever.
I'm gonna be real with you. I have no problem with footballers gambling or betting on football games.
No,
but hear me out.
That's tough.
No, hear me out. It can't be your game though.
True. I agree.
You feel me? Like you have no control over anything else.
I agree, but it's too close. It's too close to your games.
So,
like imagine being like, I don't know, Kevin De Bruyne, and be like, I'm not gonna bet on Manchester City games, but I'll bet on a Manchester United game here and there. It's like it's too close, bro. If you're a professional athlete, don't bet on sports. Period. I don't care what the sport is. Just don't bet on them. Hey. Like you'll be fine. Your career's over in 8 years anyway. You'll be fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's going to get even messier, bro. We are not done with this conversation. It's going to have more people coming out, I think.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And, bro, the amount of stuff I've heard recently around, like, either betting or drug failures and all. Like, bro, what are these players doing? Like, you're making thousands, if not hundreds of thousands a week. Maybe they're addicts. Maybe they are because they're not intelligent. I'll tell you that much. Oh my god, bro! And here's the thing: Ivan Toney, he did it when he was on in League Two. Like he did it way back in the day.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's done anything for Brent. Maybe he was betting on Brentford games. I don't think so though. But Tonali, yeah, well, I don't know. And yeah, the question is, did AC Milan know? If that's the case, do
the Italians know? The Italians knew. Come on. They got him out of there quick.
The fact that all the agents are spinning the PR, the agents knew as well. So let's not, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
Yeah.
And it sucks for Newcastle, right? It sucks for Newcastle fans.
Oh yeah, yeah. But see, I mean, they hopped on that buy, which I think it's a
great buy.
Anyone would, but like.
It was so random because it's like Newcastle was the only team who was going to get him. It's just so weird. Like
no, exactly. Like I don't know. I feel
maybe Newcastle knew. Maybe Newcastle knew. Why would no other team went in for him?
No, check me out because like Pep would go after someone like him, right? The talent that you just would ask.
He went after Paqueta until Paqueta had allegations,
and then he withdrew it. So I don't know. It's a weird one. We are not done with it, but we'll talk about some real football now. That's just the drama side of it.
No, let's keep going. I like the drama.
Oh, I love it too. I love it. That's what keeps it cooking. But the actual play is fun too. And
sometimes
I think Arsenal they've been facing a lot of top teams. I guess you can consider back in the day this used to be a top team. I thought about it, I was like, they're not a top club anymore. But Chelsea, Arsenal and Chelsea. They 2-2. Like,
dude, they were so bad. And here's the thing: all you idiot Arsenal fans who were like, "Oh my god, we smoked Man City. You guys sucked against us as well."
This is what I'm saying. And here's they're not ready.
Here's the thing: the real Arsenal fans know that you have not had as good as a season as you did last year in terms of the start. True. However, you guys have similar amount of points. You guys are not playing very well. And that's just the reality. And, again, we have this whole, midfield debacle of, okay, Partey's on the bench.
Yeah.
He just played, I believe it was a combined 100 minutes during the international break. Why does he not come on? Why is Jorginho starting? Bro, if you're...
Self-sabotage, because every time he gets in the game, he's up for Arsenal, like, doing the wrong thing.
Who?
Jorginho.
Wait,
he's terrible.
That's not. Listen, terrible. He's not far off. My question is, what is Arteta doing? Because again, if Partey's injured, then why is he on the bench? He's not injured, so he's probably on the bench for a reason.
Yeah.
Dude? You get Declan Rice to put him next to Partey. That's why you get him.
Yeah.
You get Declan Rice to have a midfield of Rice, Partey, Odegaard. That is one of the best midfield threes in the world. You replace Partey with Jorginho, that becomes one of the worst midfielders. Like, bro, what is going on with that manager? I think I said in the beginning of the year, that manager will be the reason that Arsenal do not progress. That's what I've said, and I'll stick with it. I think there's a certain level of arrogance. However, if you're going to play somebody else other than Partey, why don't you play your £65 million signing in Havertz? I mean, I think there's a lot of questions on Arteta still, and I wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal end up being maybe scrambling for a top 5 spot now, apparently, because of new changes. And I think he might get fired at the end of the season, because they need to progress. You don't spend all that money and not progress.
Yeah.
You know? No trophy. Let's just say no trophy, 4th. You have to get rid of him.
I mean, I agree. I think what would help him out, though, he has somewhat, I guess, built a little culture with Arsenal, right?
It's a weird culture, though, right?
A weird culture. Like, so what have they won?
Bro, it's a culture, but then he manipulates his number one goalkeeper into signing a new contract just for him to be on the bench. That's a weird culture.
I think that's going to come back to bite him, bro. And you know what? Because
oh yeah,
Ramsdale is handling pretty well, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
He said he wants to compete, but it does hurt because, like, you know, Pickford might get picked on the English national team now.
He will.
Southgate, that's what he does. He's a, fool.
Yeah.
And you can clearly see that Arteta's playing politics.
Oh, yeah.
He's a very political type of manager.
Oh, yeah.
Friendships, it's relationships.
Think about Smith Rowe. If I'm not mistaken.
Oh, my God.
Smith Rowe was he had like 10 goals in that one season when he broke
was the
out.
Man. He was the man.
And then, sure, he gets injured. But, bro, after that, then you buy a player for $65 million in his position. What are you doing?
Disrespectful.
It's just so weird.
And, I mean, games like this, see, like I told Arsenal, AFC, you edge them by Man City, but then not take into account that you got to win in the next week.
Exactly. Or else it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter. Because now what? Man City's number one.
We're ahead of them now, I think.
You guys are leading the race right now until Spurs if they win tomorrow.
Exactly, yes.
If they win. And we know how that's going out. So, Arsenal, you tweak because you got to win this game. And it's Chelsea. It's a statement game. You don't want to give them any life. And
True.
I think you did a little bit.
Let's talk about Chelsea really quick.
Yeah, Mudryk gets to go.
I just before we did this, actually, I saw some videos of him, of like the replay for his goal. And it does look like he actually tried to lob the keeper.
Yeah.
I think he saw.
Yeah.
It looked like he actually knew because Ray was kind of off his line a little bit.
Yes. I'm happy for him. I think it's been really tough for him, his start to the Prem, and then just what he's dealing with Chelsea,
Yeah.
And then to do that against, Arsenal.
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal. Yeah, Mero. I mean, is that going to give them any light to shine?
Well, it's clear his issue was confidence.
100%.
Because this is a player who was extremely confident at Shakhtar.
Yep.
And then came in my opinion, extremely confident for Chelsea until about game 3. And then he's like, whoa.
Dude, is the Prem really that intimidating? Like,
bro, he's young. He's young, bro.
Yeah.
He's super young.
Yeah. And he's a grown man. Grown man coming at you.
It's different. It's different. And, now that he gets that goal, he had another goal as well, I think maybe 2 weeks ago. It'd be good to see him start playing well, I mean, I don't really see Chelsea as a threat, so I don't mind if he plays well,
I just think they have too much talent to not wake up. I really do, bro.
They also have a ton of injuries, though, and I think it's one of those things where I think Chelsea are going to end this season. It would be a successful season if they get 5th, and I think that's now considered a Champions League spot. So I could see that.
5th is now considered a Champions League spot?
For next season, yeah.
New rules.
If I'm not mistaken.
I can believe it. They're always trying to include more teams, more money.
I think it's like a wild card spot or something like that. But I personally don't like it, but whatever.
Because now that top 4 doesn't mean the same anymore.
Well, it's diluting the entire Champions League because now more teams get in. It's like, bro, we don't need more teams in the Champions League.
It's a money move, bro. Because I hate it when with March Madness, they added more teams for the.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, at one point it was another round, and it's like, bro, I don't want more rounds.
We don't need more rounds. That's not going to help the competitiveness of the tournament. So. But yeah, and then Cole Palmer. I know they're really gassing him up at Chelsea. Yeah. And here's the thing: I never said he was a bad player. I really liked him in the beginning when he first started playing for us, and then there was a time where he just didn't pick his head up, and it was annoying. And then start of the season he was decent, and then he goes to Chelsea and he's taking penalties now, which is interesting. Is Cole Palmer the starting right winger on Chelsea for the next 4 or 5 years? I don't know, but I think Chelsea's just trying to win football matches at this point, and anyone that helps them with that is now world class. You know what I mean? That's what I think.
Standards, yeah. They're taking anything they can get.
Anything that they can get. So,
I mean, that was that game, 2-2. Nothing more.
And they gave it up, by the way. I mean, the second you put on Reece James and you try to change the formation, they give up a goal. I mean,
he's so overrated in my opinion.
Who's that?
Reece James. This is my guy now.
Stop it.
Great player, but let's stop trying to make him something he's not. He is not this. I don't think he's world class.
Who said he's world class?
That's how.
Besides Chelsea fans.
English fans.
No.
You guys rate him. You rate Reece James.
Yeah, we rate him. We rate him, but it's not fraud.
No, I'm just.
We rate him, but he's not. Yeah. If you're saying Reece James is world class,
giving him the captain armband, like things like that, he's not that player. Trying to put him on that, like that Bruno pedestal.
Oh my God.
Trying to make these players something or not. Let him be a quality. Good right back, that's cool. I don't need him to captain my team. I don't need him to try to be the best player on. That's how Reece James tried to play, in my opinion. And like you said, you can just clearly see, like, I don't know, he takes away, in my opinion, sometimes from the club itself and the team.
Jesus, Jay, that's harsh. I thought, Jay, they say I'm harsh. That was harsh.
I'm coming at Reece James, bro.
I think he's fantastic.
I think he was really, really good when he knew his role on Chelsea. And that's when Conte was there. That's when Jorginho was there. That's when,
that's crazy.
Mason Mount was there.
He knew his role?
That's when he was
right. He was just a right back? When he was just a right back? Yeah.
Yes. I don't need him doing everything else.
I mean, he's the second best right back in England, for sure. It goes Kyle Walker, then it goes him.
Well, like when you say in England, like, are you saying in the
For
Prem?
England.
Oh, I'm about to say, boy, you better stop playing. You know who better than him.
Who, Dallo?
Dallo and Wan-Bissaka.
Dude, when's the last time Wan-Bissaka got picked for England? Which, by the way, I think it's kind of... I mean, he's injured right now.
He's injured right now, yeah, chill.
But, that's kind of crazy, though.
Southgate would never, ever pick Wan-Bissaka. He's in the club with Sancho.
Oh, my God, yeah. He's banned. He's banned from England.
He would do it, bro. Yeah, enough about, that not North London, but London derby.
Yeah.
I believe we start with my club or your club. What you want to do?
I mean, your club's way more entertaining. I mean, with us, we had a decent game. To be honest, Brighton's defensive capabilities at this point are really, really bad this season. It's unfortunate for them, but they're giving up goals left and right.
Are you happy to see Haaland get on the scoring sheet again?
Oh, it was a great goal, by the way. Great goal. Yeah, I mean, yeah, bro. Here's the thing.
That's the talk right now. He's a ghost because I hate it. It's Cap. KDB's in there feeding him the ball. So
it's stupid. I mean, there's some validity to that, which is when KDB gets the ball, he looks up and he can see passes that no one else can. There's validity to that. But bro, he's not getting service from pretty much anywhere. And
I think other players are shining, and rightfully so. I'm not passing the ball from Julian Alvarez. I'm not passing the ball from Phil Foden. Like, I'm scoring goals. You're not stopping me.
I mean, they're obviously still passing, but it's
right.
Not,
exactly.
When Haaland first came in, it was literally get the ball, look up, and find Haaland. That was the strategy. That's no longer the strategy. The strategy now is let's play good football again.
Facts. It's like, all right, you got yours. Now we're gonna get ours too.
Exactly. And I'm fine with that. But listen, the number one guy in the Brighton game was Doku, bro. Dude, he was unreal. Bro, just watch the highlights. I guarantee you it's 70% Jeremy Doku, bro.
Is he left winger wise? Where are you rating him? Top 5, top 3?
In the Prem?
Yeah.
Let's just say Son is a left winger. Okay. I know he's been playing up front. Let's say he's a left winger. He doesn't make it over Son because you got to respect what he's done so far.
Rashford?
He's obviously better than Rashford. There's no question. He's better than Martinelli. I think
Arsenal's gonna have a debate.
Exactly.
About that one.
He has to prove it over a season.
Yeah,
but he's better than Martinelli.
Okay.
Who else do I see? I mean, he's obviously better than Mudryk or Sterling's the one where it's like, okay, Sterling's got the history. So I'm down to say Sterling over Doku. Fine with that. He's definitely top 5.
Yeah, I think he's top 5.
Definitely.
That was my question. Is he top 5?
Luis Diaz, probably better. He's probably not better than Luis Diaz. So you're looking at 4th right now. Yeah, he's probably top 5. And that's after what, 8 games? I mean, bro, the guy's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, just from like what you're seeing with him, yeah, I think he shows that he can impact the game constantly every time he comes in.
His composure in the final third is an issue. He should have scored 2 goals.
Like if Antony was performing like this on the right wing,
oh yeah,
and not scoring goals, I would be happy.
But that's the thing. Antony scored goals, but he was performing terribly.
Terrible.
You know,
like trash, boo boo.
But yeah, he's different. And you know, Grealish again doesn't start. He's fully healthy, doesn't start. I'm telling you, bro, Grealish is done at this club, bro.
I mean, I know you're happy too. Your boy is leaving in January.
Oh, Calvin Phillips, yeah. Just heard about that.
Yes.
I mean, we've been hearing about that for a while.
He got his treble.
I mean, he got his treble. Yeah, listen. Let's go through the people who are in front of him, okay? Rodri, Kovacic, Nunes, Lewis, Akanji and Stones play there over him as center backs. Bro, Bernardo Silva drops deep and plays there as well. Bro, he's the last name on the team sheet. Get out of here. Get out of here, bro. Listen, he's not trash to the point where, like, I'm just thinking about where would he go?
Yeah, I'm like, where and what's the asking price? Because don't overpay, but it's probably going to be something pricey.
35 mil.
Yes,
please take him.
Okay,
please take him. We paid 45 for him. I'm down for the loss.
I think I wouldn't mind taking him at United, bro.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, you would, brother. What? He's the last player that you need. He's the last player that you need.
If he's healthy though, he's healthy, right?
Take him right now.
Right? It's a gamble in a sense. 35, 40, whatever.
Bro, we'll give you a discount.
Give us a discount
just to see it happen. We'll give you a discount.
Make it work, bro. Put him in that midfield. We need someone that can do box to box type of things.
He's not a box to box. He's not a D. He's a nobody. He's a nobody in that midfield. Listen, brother. Listen.
He's a nobody.
Okay. Let's say Casemiro role. It's Casemiro, then it's Amrabat, and then it would be him. In the role next to Casemiro, it would be either Amrabat, Eriksen, Mount, Kobe Mainu, McTominay, and him. That's 6. That's 6 people fighting for that spot.
Yeah.
He's not starting there. And then you go up the pitch. He doesn't go up the pitch. So, bro, he would be in the same position that he's in now at Manchester United.
So what club is good for him then? If not us, because we need help.
I think he honestly, like, it's Crystal Palace, bro. It's Brentford. He wouldn't even start for Brentford.
Just lower your standards. He's not a big club type of player.
Oh no, I think like a team like Nottingham Forest, he might do decent. But even then, I don't even know if he starts. Like, genuinely.
My God.
No, genuinely. Genuinely. Bro.
Calvin Phillips, what have you done to my brother, man? Like, I don't even know if he starts at Nottingham Forest. At Forest, bro?
There's some players in his position. I'm looking for a team where he would clearly start. He would not clearly start.
Let me ask you this then. He goes to Nottingham Forest. He doesn't start. Is he still getting selected?
Oh, yeah.
By Southgate?
Brother.
So what payroll?
Brother.
Like, what is he doing?
He could play with me on Sundays, and he would still start for Southgate. Are you joking me? Southgate loves him. Southgate loves the guy. For no reason.
Hey, we will never know.
Dude, I can't wait for Southgate to leave.
Yeah. Southgate's a funny one. He selects Calvin Phillips and he selects Harry Maguire, who just won, I believe, man of the match for us.
Yeah.
Against Sheffield.
and that speaks volumes, right? Because that's what his level is.
Let me change my approach here because I took a lot of backlash for I guess not appreciating the Scott McTominay brace that saved us, right? And I just said, hey, I have different standards because I know that's just going to mask.
I know you weren't mad. You weren't mad that McTominay won you the game, but you're not going over the top to where, oh my God, McTominay needs to start every game now.
Thank you.
We're back.
Thank you.
We need to ride this momentum. Bro, you guys were terrible. Scott McTominay, it's a miracle. It's a literal miracle.
He's having a decent run right now.
He's not having a decent run, though. He's having a lucky moment here, a lucky moment there.
Well, that's my
not
problem.
how you cannot invest
in
this much time and energy into a player who you literally wanted to sell 2 months ago.
Yep. The flip-flopping is what I hate
it's crazy.
With Man United, especially our fans. You guys are like frauds in that sense, man. I'm going to keep it real with you. We just tried to sell him. Him and Harry Maguire were gone to West Ham, and we were all saying, thank you, clean your hands with him. And now it's when he scores a brace, he's Scott the legend, put him in the midfield. We knew he should have been here. No, stop it. Cut it out.
He's what the midfield needs.
No, he's not. He's not. Harry Maguire had a decent performance. It's Sheffield United. Like, we weren't saying he wasn't going to do this against them. It's Liverpool, Man City, Tottenham, Arsenal. He did this at Leicester City. Like, what? Why are you guys celebrating this?
It's so funny because another good example is Ollie Watkins, for example. He's playing great so far this season. But that's his level.
It's his level.
That's his level. When he goes up, I guarantee you it's not going to be Ollie Watkins that we've seen now. It's going to be, oh my God, this guy's not good enough for Manchester United or Arsenal, whatever team he goes to.
Yeah.
It's the same thing here. Maguire playing against Sheffield United, Burnley, all these... Bro, if Johnny Evans is doing well against those teams, you should not be proud of doing well against those teams.
We started Johnny Evans and Harry Maguire one, right? So that's, to me, a red flag. I don't care. Anytime I see those two on the pitch starting in the Prem, it's gonna scare me, right?
Yeah.
And then we look at the W, and I told you guys I'm gonna change my approach. So I am happy that we won because
it's 3 points.
It's 3 points. I need to see some progress, right? And I think I looked at it. The international break gave me some clarity a little bit. No Prem games, and I don't really. The USA is trash at international football, so
bro, I didn't know they played in international. I thought they only showed up for the tournaments, bro.
You feel me? So
they play qualifiers.
So I had some time to think, and I was like looking at the standings, and then processing all the games that we've played and what Ten Hag has gone through.
Yeah,
and I've come to like some a point, and I'm like, okay, this season is just so we can survive and make way for the future.
Yeah.
So he's cleaning house. You're seeing that. Sancho is gone in January.
Yeah.
Done, right? He's bringing in his players, and it is like he's building a foundation, and the wins and losses just match up this season. I think it's even. We're 4-4.
Yeah.
We're 5-4 now with the win.
5-4. Yeah. No ties. That's hilarious.
No ties, exactly, right? So it's like with the drama that's been going on and production and the players that he has, this is probably the best we can do.
Bro, with all due respect, I'm looking at it now. Brighton, Newcastle. Those are two teams that we've at least recently said, oh, they're doing well, especially Newcastle.
Yeah.
You guys are 1 point behind them. And this is the thing about this over dramatics, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let's just say maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, they were talking about, is Ten Hag going to get sacked? Who's going to come in and do better?
But see, and we talk about it. That's how the Prem just...
It's just so flip-flop,
like,
bro.
when you have 3 bad stretches where you get smacked, it is like, yeah, that next game you might lose, bro. I mean, you might get sacked. We can't take that, especially at Man United. But like I said, I realized, I'm like, okay, we are actually not too bad. Because if things come... Actually, nah, we are bad.
You guys are playing terrible.
No. I thought about it. Again, Ten Hag is doing a great job in terms of trying to build his foundation, right? But then the takeover, that just, I guess, is somewhat still happening. I think is going to affect him long term.
Oh,
and that's where I'm like,
it's the Bowley effect. Bowley comes in.
Yeah.
And Tuchel's on a short leash, very short leash. Listen, did he deserve to get sacked? Maybe, but short leash. I think when Ratcliffe comes in, I think Ten Hag's on a short leash. And it's ridiculous because he shouldn't be, because he's, again, worked a miracle. And yes.
I didn't want any English influence with this ownership.
That's the problem.
And that's the problem. And now it's going to be like, okay, yeah, you about to see politics for real now.
Yeah.
These players are going to play.
I think it's going to be
Oh
much more political.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's been political before, because everyone who's been in those positions of authority for Manchester United, they've all tried to keep themselves in those positions versus trying to make the team better. Now, bro, one of your owners is now. I mean, sure, Glazers are money hungry, but Ratcliffe, he's going to be a politician for sure. In my opinion, I don't know. I haven't been to the guy's house. I've never talked to him personally.
He's a sir, bro. He's Sir Ratcliffe.
Bro,
come on. He's already a politician.
Look, this is the same guy who tried to buy Chelsea. It's so funny, bro. They tell these stories like, oh, Ratcliffe's a Manchester United fan. He's not buying the club because he's a Manchester United fan. He's buying the club so he can make money.
It's a profit. And we didn't want this. We just had the Glazers who just showed us money, people, money grab, right?
Well, it's fine to make money. That's why you should buy a club. But I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying that's normal. But don't try and spin this, I'm really here to make Manchester United great again. No, you're not.
No. I obviously, I think money plays a part, right? I think that is something he's chasing with this. But I more so think it's about branding, right?
Which will result in money.
So I think that's why he's approaching this. Like, yeah, he's going to come in and, like you said, short leash. This is how I'm going to market Manchester United. Man U.
And here's the thing. Now you can put in your Twitter bio, owner of Manchester United.
Yep.
Let's be real. A lot of that matters,
Oh, 100% matters. So,
and I'm not saying he would pay, $1 billion for that to happen, but I'm saying that has to be factored in the equation.
Yeah. It's upsetting.
And the worst thing, I think, for Manchester United fans, he clearly doesn't have the money to buy the whole thing. Clearly. So you're dealing with it. In my opinion, you're dealing with a scammer in some sort of ways where it's like, he's talking about all this big game. He cannot buy the whole club.
We went from a guaranteed, double the amount of Man United from
Qatar.
Exactly. Qatar. Money saying, I will take you out of debt. It's going to be clean.
Oh.
I'm going after these players when I come in. Big buys. Just basically funding the club for success, right?
Yep.
The money's there. We see it. The Glazers said, no, we're going to go with the guy that needs, some support.
Loans from 25 different people. And, it's not his money. It's his business's money and this and that. And he's only going to take this percentage. And
what? Are you serious? So they're clearly saying, we just not getting rid of Man United like that.
Oh, yeah.
I think once they saw the bid from Qatar, how much they're willing to give them. Oh, okay.
Listen, we'll wait.
We'll wait.
We'll wait until you get desperate. We'll wait until, and from what I'm hearing, until the U.S. World Cup comes around.
And this is why I can't trust anything I hear in the media with Man United, because the Glazers they're like that, bro. They're going to give you false screens, smoke screens, and all types of things,
bro,
right?
We heard so much. They want to sell the club. Mm-hmm. They're trying to sell the club. They're done with Manchester United. They're done with with all the backlash, bro. They don't hear the backlash.
None of it.
When people are protesting and have the signs, they don't hear it. They don't see it. They don't even know that they're hated. They don't know,
bro. They own 2 professional teams.
They're not interested.
They don't care. When they're hearing that stuff from Man United, they in Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's funny. You have to understand these owners, at least the ones who are not as vocal and don't really show up to the games, bro. Every month, they get a piece of paper that's printed and handed on their desk. Oh, this is how much we made from Manchester United this month? Great. Keep it going. That's what they do. And every now and then they have to be in a meeting to discuss this or discuss that. And they have assistants who sign off on deals. It's clearly not them. They're, the CEO or sporting director, they're not going to the Glazers directly and be like, yo, can we buy Anthony? They're like, who the hell is Anthony?
Yeah.
They have somebody in place who's signing off on these deals. They don't care. Is the money coming in? Great. How much can we take out this month? Great. And I don't think this Ratcliffe guy is going to do much to stop that. I think he's actually going to make it worse. Because now you have, if the reports are right, he's getting 25% of the club. But that's broken down in a very complex manner that, you have to look at it. How much of that is public shares? How much of that is this person's shares or that person's shares? There's so many complicated things around this that I think all Ratcliffe has done is said, hey, we're essentially just going to pay the Glazers and they're going to stay in essentially this very similar position.
Yeah.
Their checks each month are going to be slightly less. But it's the same thing. You just have another guy on board. It's like Glazers plus Ratcliffe instead of Ratcliffe.
Yes, exactly. There's no change.
Exactly. There's and here's the thing. You guys might spend in the summer. You might, you can do the typical BS, but it won't matter. Now, I want to be very, very clear. Even if you guys had the best owners in the world, the reason why you want the best owners in the world is so you can hire the best people in the world to do the job. And I don't think that just because the Glazers have given Manchester United so much money to spend over the last 10 years doesn't mean that they're doing a good job. Like keeping funds available, like using profits from Manchester United to pay for players to make Manchester United more profitable is not some heroic move from the Glazers. It's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And I think the issue that people have is, we needed an owner who will put in a sporting director who knows what they're doing, who will make sure the recruitment team is getting the best players. You guys have spent so much money on terrible players. You guys have spent so much money on players that have turned out to be useless. I mean, if I just add up the names of Maguire, Pogba on the return, Sancho, Antony, bro, we're talking 300 mil.
Yeah.
For players who have
barely played.
Done nothing for you.
Barely played. That's true. That's why I said, bro, I was very hyped about my Ten Hag rant, and then I realized, damn, that ownership thing we got going on. The money where, it's where we get.
Even if the money is there, it's like, who you buying? Who you buying? And this is where, Ten Hag gets a lot of blame, and sometimes it's justified and sometimes it's not. Because, yes, you might say it's his players, but were those his first choice players?
It's scary, bro, because I feel like with the addition of Sir Ratcliffe, I think
Ratcliffe, as they're saying. Keyword rat.
I think we're gonna see more signings like Harry Maguire, like Johnny Evans starting.
The English sort of.
It's gonna be political, bro, and that's why I'm so upset. And then I'm looking at the game. Back to the game. That was a takeover, little addition to the conversation, but I wasn't impressed. I'll appreciate the W, right? Thank you for the 3 points. Looking somewhat decent at the table. But where do we get the goals from? Scott McTominay, which we know it's not going to be a consistent thing.
And Dallow.
And Marcus Rashford is apparently awakened again on an international stage, but then he comes back to Manchester United.
Because he hits the target for once. Come on.
What does he do? You guys are always fooled. And I hate this PR stuff you try to pull. You try to push out. He's not producing. It's a problem. It's Sheffield United.
But you know what? This is where we can't get on Ten Hag because he's not producing, and he hasn't been producing for a while. But there's one man who's on the bench in his position who is producing, or at least doing better than Rashford, and that's Garnacho.
Yeah.
Explain why he doesn't start. I'm down if Antony started on the right?
Yeah.
Because he's a right winger. If you don't take out Rashford for Garnacho next game in the Champions League, you're crazy.
And this is a big one,
bro. There's this stigma of you have to start. What is this? Rashford can come on with 60 minutes left and score a goal. It's possible. This whole thing of he has to start or else is ridiculous.
Yeah. It's I feel like they're just, especially at Man United, it's a lot like we don't want to rub them the wrong way.
I think he has something in his contract. Genuinely, I think he has something in his contract that says, hey, I need to start. Out of 38 games in the Prem, I need to start 34 of them if I'm healthy.
Dude, his agent is the best agent in the world. I don't know who it is exactly. I got to see. But they got that contract to a point where Marcus Rashford is...
untouchable.
He's untouchable. He's yeah, bro. He got a bag with Man United. Yep. He saw the academy and he ran with it.
He got the bag. I think he's got the authority. I really do. He might have shares in Manchester United. Like, he might be part of the takeover.
When he retires, he's going to be that player that comes back to the club and he buys some ownership. And
my God.
He's doing all that.
He's going to be so political.
He's doing all that. Like, you haven't seen anything. Also, very, very sad news. RIP to the great Sir Bobby Charlton.
Yeah. Dude, you know what's funny?
Crazy.
Like, it's we think about all these players, like all these legends, right? And I remember I seen a picture of Maradona and Pele, and I'm like, they're both gone.
Yeah.
And now it's another one gone. Bro, I feel like we're getting so old.
No, we
are. You know what I mean? Because it's like, these guys are like, oh my God, it's Pele, it's Maradona, Charlton.
It's hidden, bro. It's hidden, bro.
Are we just getting old, Jay? Because this is crazy.
It is crazy, man. For me, I look at it like this. Bill Russell in basketball.
Another one, just like, legends.
From that era, especially. I think Sir Bobby's in the same realm. From a era of football that I was not around for, but I'm a
the
student
stories.
of the game.
Yeah, you know the stories.
Exactly. So I've seen, footage and just went back and just studied as well. And the dude, I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. Won a World Cup for England.
Yeah, which is impossible.
Yeah. Has a Player of the Year award and everything, bro. So to see somebody like that go away, and then obviously Pele, Maradona, it's just crazy, bro, and it makes you appreciate the greatness that you see before you.
Well, it's a thing of like all these players that are playing now, as well as the fans, has to start from somewhere, right? Yeah. Even if football didn't start with these guys, the way we look at football started with these guys. Very similar to how the way basketball, like the way we look at it now, started with Jordon and Magic and Bird, like that era. So it's just another era that's slowly but surely passing us, not in terms of on the pitch, but also off the pitch as well. Yeah. So it's crazy, but that's sort of how it goes. And the only positives you can take from stories like this is that it's a good opportunity to now have the new generation remember, or at least be introduced to who these people were.
Exactly. Exactly. The ones who didn't know.
The ones who didn't know. The ones who were like, oh, Ronaldo's my favorite player. But who's before Ronaldo? And they don't even know.
Yeah.
So
solid, bro. I think that's nicely put, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, brother.
I mean, I'm down to talk Champions League really quick before we dip.
Finish it up.
I know we've been talking for a while.
No, let's get Champions League, because we have not really went too in detail. I mean, I don't want to go into detail.
I mean, the reason I want to bring it up is because it's a must-win for you guys, and it's scary because this is the third game. This is the third game. I have to go to the table. Okay, this is terrible. Okay, Group A: Bayern with 6, Galatasaray. This is after 2 games. Galatasaray with 4, Copenhagen with 1. They drew to Galatasaray. And then Manchester United in the bottom with 0. Now, how does Manchester United get out of this group? Well, they need to win on Tuesday. They need to win.
Yeah,
that's going to bring them to 3. Then they'll be in 3rd. You're also hoping that Bayern Munich wins, so Galatasaray stays at 4 points.
Yep.
And then next time that Galatasaray play you have to win.
Gotta beat them.
The Bayern game, you draw. You might have to draw.
Exactly.
You might have to draw.
It's still possible. We've seen crazy things happen with Man United, right? But
this is still possible.
But hear me out. I just want out of the Champions League right now.
Oh, Jay, don't do this. Don't say that, because if you guys get to the group stage and you get a favorable draw, you're going to turn it around from, we can make it to maybe semifinal.
Hear me out. I do not want to face the embarrassment that's coming.
No, it's not.
If we make it out.
Jay, what do you mean that's coming? Your first 2 games were embarrassing. The Bayern Munich game was a joke, and you guys lost to Galatasaray.
Bro, so I don't want the false hope, D. I don't want people going like, we win this game, we come back, we draw against Bayern, and then it's, United's coming there. Finals.
Stop. Nah. When Ronaldo was there, and he essentially single-handedly got you guys out the group, there was no, Manchester United might actually go win. There was none of that, bro. It was, they got out the group. That's about the best they're going to do. They go up against Atletico, and the rest is history. You guys aren't going to do anything, but it's also good to get, it's good to see Manchester United in the knockout rounds.
100%.
It's good for everyone.
We are not a Europa League team. We're not a Europa League conference team.
Don't speak too soon.
We are always championship. Hey, listen, bro. We got this, man. We still got more UCL titles than you, so I always remember that.
You might not be alive to see them, but yeah.
like I said, man, I don't think there's any shame in going to the hyperbolic chamber and improving, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what we need to do right now. Take a step back because we're not ready for Byron. We're not ready for Man City. We're not ready for Madrid. Like, Jude Bellingham will kill us.
Yeah.
Probably get a hat trick.
Oh, I can't wait to. Oh my God! Now I want to see it. Oh my God! I hope you guys get out the. Oh
no, that's what I'm saying. No, we're not going to be that team where he gets the hattie and it's the Jude coming out. No, it's not going to be at Man United. Harry Maguire, bro. Like, no, on that stage, you guys want entertainment. You want to laugh. I get it, clicks, all that good stuff, but it's not going to happen with my club.
I'm actually rooting for you guys to get out the group. I'm actually, Jay, the more that you're painting this picture, that's just absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
It's, you know what scarred me? That 7-0 loss to Liverpool last season, bro.
That was crazy.
You feel me?
Crazy.
Like, they're always going to throw that, like, hold it over my head.
Yeah.
Every Liverpool fan.
I think it was a 5-0 against Liverpool the year before.
Yeah, something crazy like that. Bro, they've been smacking us for a minute. So,
I mean, overall, at least for Tuesday, you guys are at home against Copenhagen. That has to be a win.
It has to be a win. It has to be. And I'm really intrigued to see what Ten Hag's going to do with the lineup. Is
Garnacho starting that game?
No, he's not. He's
starting Rashford.
He's starting Rashford. Yeah, Rashford's starting again.
That's got to be, as great as Ten Hag was last season, you have to, we're starting to see these vulnerabilities where I think fans can critique him. Yeah. I don't think you could critique him last season. Even if the football was terrible, you can't critique him.
Yeah.
This season, I think he's putting himself in a position where it's like, you're not playing Garnacho.
Yeah.
He's one of your best 11.
Yeah.
No,
I agree.
Do we see maybe a Martial start? Actually, no. Just because Højlund's done so well in the Champions League so far, probably starts.
No, Martial isn't starting.
The question is going to be in the midfield, right? Mount, Eriksen, McTominay, Amrabat. Casemiro's out that game due to the suspension, so Amrabat will be starting. And then who's next to him? Is it Mount? Is it McTominay? Is Bruno at the 10? Is Bruno on the right? There's a lot of question marks.
Exactly. We don't know.
We also don't know about someone like Varane. Is he going to be injured?
Is Johnny Evans going to be our starting, center back? Yeah. Bro, it's too much uncertainty right now.
Yeah.
And I just want us to get back to a point where, we're stable. We're stabilized a little bit. And
it's expected. When I grew up watching Manchester United, obviously, you could pretty much predict the start, like the most of the starting lineup for Manchester United. And you would look at the team before the game starts, you'd be like, that's a good team. Now you look at it, you don't even know what team's going to come out besides Rashford.
Bro, I'm living in the dark ages, and it's crazy. I really our first episode. Remember we were talking about how we, came
into the
game,
becoming fans, yeah,
right, exactly. And I said for me, I remember coming right along because one of the FIFA World Cup, it was like 2010 or something like that.
2010 South Africa.
Yeah, exactly. That's what got me, and I started immediately watching the Prem, and I think the first season I saw was when Van Persie came over, or something like that, and we won. So I got one championship, and then right after that, that's when the dark ages hit.
Yeah, that's when it went crazy.
I think Sir Alex left.
Yeah,
we got our replacements, and they weren't hitting correctly. And when I tell you, it's been like I've been through. It's bad, bro. Like Chris Smalling. Oh my God, bro.
There's so many names we could name.
Bro, so many names, bro. Like it's been bad. So to see us not have, because I went back to and watched the games and looked at the lineups of the teams that United used to have, and just the collection that you can pick from was like a Man City now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's what you guys essentially have. You're going to your lineup, it's like, KDB goes out.
Who cares? Yeah.
Foden, there you go.
You almost forget he's on the team. So
yeah, bro, it's just weird for me right now. But I do know I'm going to appreciate it way more in my lifetime. Probably in my 30s, I'm thinking.
Once you start, that's the thing.
We start winning again.
That's the thing. What's funny? I went back and looked at the Manchester City teams from years gone by. I literally did this recently.
Yeah.
And bro, it just confirmed I'm a fan of Manchester City because I sat through those teams.
That's what kills me when I do see those comments when y'all come to my boy saying like, "Hey, how'd you pick Man City?" Like he went through the tough times.
Bro, when I'm looking at like Petrov, you know what I mean? And here's the thing: he was one of our best players, left midfielder. I'm looking at Ireland. And again, one of our best players, center midfielder. I'm looking at Alano when he came through.
Yeah.
Good at free kicks. Like I'm scratching to find something with those teams. Dude, Mika Richards was one of our best players. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and here's the thing. Where we came from to now, that the reason I'm so happy when we win, or so happy when, I have no problem being like, oh yeah, I'm a Manchester City fan. Because I'm not here from 2020.
Right.
I'm here from 2000, whenever the hell I was born.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I seen those times, bro. And there's a lot of times, I was a fan of football, and bro, why would I want to be a fan of a team that was consistently finishing 14th? It's just because my mother was a fan, and that was it. And so maybe I got the bad end of the deal, but
yeah.
Now we're chilling,
Hey,
now we're celebrating. So I think it'll happen for Manchester United again. However, this whole Ratcliffe thing, that might postpone it a while. I don't know, but
exactly.
We'll see.
I mean,
I think
ownership, especially new ownership, it's just how long is that going to last for?
Exactly.
So it's going to be his reign now. All these signings and yeah, bro, just the way you approach a lot of things, it's going to depend on him and how he wants to move. So
if he if he has the power, 25%. I mean, what is that? So
well, I think he's going to have, I think, full control over football operations.
That's what they said. But I also heard that he won't be as well. Like, you never know.
Yeah, if you don't have all the money, what you own?
Mm-hmm. You can get bullied real quick.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. So it just leaves room for a lot of
uncertainty.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's what the Glazers want.
Yeah, they want certain dividends, but they want uncertain in football operations.
Yep.
Oh man, crazy.
That's how they live.
Well, I guess that's it for episode 75.
75
of the Best Riders podcast.
Hey, we're approaching 100, bro.
75 is a big deal too, I guess. But yeah,
it is. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's not bad. But yeah, you can find all of our content on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok at The Best of Rivals. You can find this podcast everywhere, including YouTube, at The Best of Rivals Podcast. Myself, Jay. Actually, no. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, especially for Tuesday and Wednesday when we probably talk about Champions League results.
Oh, yeah.
So definitely follow us there. That'd be interesting.
No facts.
But yeah, with that, myself, Jay, episode 75 of the Best Rivals Podcast, we are out.
Deuces.